Hey guys, gonna try to do some questions and answers real quick. I got quite a few, and I'm gonna show some babies why I do it. And so I'm not gonna explain the babies too much. I'm just gonna put it on them. Okay. First question: selling to pet stores. How I do that? I do that by just getting to know the people. Move, guys, move. Getting to know the pet store owners. I have a policy that's too good to pass up. I have a 7-day guarantee. Somebody buys a rabbit from a pet store and brings it back and it died up to 7 days after they bought it from the pet store, I tell the guy from the pet store to give him a new one and I'll make it right. I'll replace the rabbit free. And a lot of places don't do that, and so you get a lot of business that way. It's a win-win for the pet store owner because he's not stuck with it. I also, when I take these up there, if he has any older rabbits that haven't sold yet, let's say he has 3 black ones left that are 8 weeks old now because they haven't sold, I swap them out for free and give him little ones. And so I take all the hassle out of his job by having rabbits. That was one question, how I do pet stores. Next question I had was the person had a litter and they died after 1 day. That can be a multitude of reasons. It's like anything else, just give them the doe one more chance. If it happens twice, then something's wrong. But it could be the temperature changed. It could be the mom didn't feed them. It could be she stepped on them. Sometimes they don't, or they will feed them, but they don't realize they're babies, and they'll just crush them to death, okay? And so everything's allowed one time. Give the mom one time, and then if it happens twice, go ahead and get rid of her. Next question is my favorites. If you're getting into rabbits, what my favorite breed and easiest breed to get into? Favorite and easiest is Californias or New Zealand's for meat rabbits. Like I said on another video, my favorite would be a Cali buck on New Zealand does. Now, that being said, I would also, the more I do rabbits, the more I think that it would be beneficial. Let's say you wanted 2 bucks and 2 does, and you're going to end up having 2 bucks and 3 does, is to get pedigreed stuff or show quality stuff. That way you can sell the breeding stock. You know, my red babies are worth $50 to $60 a piece, whereas the eating rabbits worth $10. And that way you can make some money. You can cut even on your feed bill. And so that'd be another suggestion. But when it comes down to it, my favorite is a white Cali and a white New Zealand or a Californian for meat types. Of course, I would suggest red New Zealands, but they're harder to find and more expensive. And so this is just if somebody's looking to start a meat rabbit group. Okay. Next question. Okay, people keep asking me how cold rabbits is cold. Rabbits love cold. You do not have to worry about rabbits in cold. You have to worry a little bit of rabbits having babies in cold. But this doe here and that other red New Zealand had big old healthy litters in 27 degrees. It was 27 degrees the night they had their litters. Rabbits love cold. Rabbits do not like heat. That's what you have to remember. Heat is what gets rabbits. When it gets above 85, 90 degrees in the summer, that's when rabbits have a hard time because they have a fur coat on. Okay? And so heat, like today, it's 73 degrees right now, and they're having to move all this hair off these babies. They did all that themselves because they're having to get them cooled off. They're getting too hot. Okay, so rabbits love cold. That's not a big deal. Cold isn't a problem. And as to not having babies, just having a pet rabbit, the sky's the limit. As long as they don't get wet, a rabbit could take 0-degree weather. They don't care. Like I said, heat is the thing with rabbits. Okay. Next question. Okay, rabbit won't breed. Okay, so rabbit won't breed. A couple things you can do. First, open up the pen next to the buck. Okay, put the buck in that pen and put the doe in the buck's pen. Not together, separately. So the buck's going to be in the pen next to where he usually stays, and the doe will be in the buck's pen. That way she can get to know his smell overnight and get that smell on her and put her in the mood. And then that next morning, put him back in his own pen with her. Okay? And that should do the trick. If that doesn't do the trick, you can go to a feed store and get Red Cell. It's an iron supplement. Okay? And it's for horses. It'll have a picture of a horse, and the only problem with it is you usually have to buy a big container of it. Okay, it'll last for a long time. Just put 1 tablespoon on the doe's feed for about 3 days in a row. Okay, and that'll put her in the heat. When rabbits have plenty of iron in their system, it makes them think that they need to conceive. Okay. Last question. The best litter. Oh, sorry guys. The best litter size is between 7 and 11, and that's usually what a white New Zealand will have. That was another question. How much should a white New Zealand have? 7 and 11. And this, yes, this is hardware cloth, 1/2 by 1/2 or 1/4 by 1/4. Just let me see, that'd be a half by half. That is a hardware cloth, and it is fine for their feet. Just put a board in there. Talk to y'all later. Bye bye.